You are about to become what all men should fear. You will roam the heavens, commanding the most powerful machines ever built. So unbound that not even death itself can claim you. There is no limit to what you can become. What you dare to become rests on your will to be bold. Dare to be bold, pilot. Forge your own path to greatness.
Hello and welcome to Celebrity Deathmatch number 16, which is taking place inside Planet Risk, which is a wormhole system. My name is D-Days and I'll be your commentator for this 2 vs 2 faction cruiser deathmatch. 3 ships have warped to the beacon at 0, with Nash Kadava, who is currently flying as Lao, just to confuse me, and about 30 kilometres out. And we have the go signal. Medium and light jamming drones on the field. Also briefly saw some tracking disrupting going on from Quivering Palm in the Caracol Navy issue going towards Minxie in the Cinnable. Nash has just dropped his Republic Fleet Bouncers. Those are sentry drones, so he's sensibly powering away from them. It will help to mitigate any tracking issues they might have. And Nash now taking armour damage. We saw from the ship scan earlier he does have an armour tank with a pair of small armour repairers. Let's see how they're handling this damage. Looks like they're not handling them particularly well. See from the watch list at the moment, Lumen Sardakai is taking some fire. Not an appreciable amount of damage though. Nash, however, is in serious trouble. His tank looks to be breaking. There's just not enough armor being repaired per cycle. The constant stream of heavy assault missiles coming from Quivering Palm in the Caracol Navy issue. They are smashing into his ship, and he's not going to be able to survive this much longer. Lumen Sardakai now into half shields, not anything to worry about at this point in time. However, Nash has something to worry about. He is into structure. Small amounts of repair going on into his armour, but it's not nearly enough, and he is going to pop very, very shortly. Galente ships have a decent amount of structure hit points, especially with the damage control on, but as we saw, the armour tank is unable to hold it up, so there's no way the structure is going to hold much longer. And that Vexor now all but out of structure. Big explosion, Vexor Navy issue in pieces, and now Minxie is up against it because it is now a 2 vs 1 faction cruiser duel. Luminous Sardakai still got some armour damage there from before, although it does look like he's ripping it back. Don't know if Minxie's able to break through this jamming from the light ECM and medium ECM drones, and also this tracking disrupting that's going on. See there the E-War effects coming off that Vexor Navy issue towards Minxie in the Cinnable. Luminous still got a little bit of armour damage there, so there's some damage going onto him. As I say that, he reps back completely. I don't see Minxie repping back her armour at this point, so I suspect that she's got a buffer tank. So we have a Cinnable playing off against a Vexor Navy issue and Caracol Navy issue. Now for those of you who've not seen a Cinnable before, it's a pirate faction cruiser. In this case the pirate faction is the Angels. Pirate ships are interesting because they require 2 different types of racial skills to fly. So in the case of the Cinnable, it needs both Minmatar cruiser and Galente cruiser. Gets a bonus to projectile weapons. It is actually being changed along with all the other faction cruisers in Dominion, so whilst at the moment it gets a damage bonus, a rate of fire bonus and a tracking bonus just to medium projectile weapons, some of that might be somewhat changed by the time you play with these in Dominion. The Cinnable got a fairly good buffer tank on it at the moment. It's definitely not repping back. Unfortunately not able to do enough damage to the Vexor in front of it. It looks like again you can see E-War effects coming off that Vexor. There's tracking disrupting going on. making sure that the autocannons are unable to do any damage. It looks like Minxie's now trying to reduce her traversal. Let's see what's fitted to this Cinnabal. Got Edgar, the Planet Risk computer here, showing us. So it's got dual 180mm autocannons and a 1600mm plate. It looks like the EC300s that Minxie was packing are not able to do enough against the certainly not against the Caracal. There's been a constant stream of heavy assault missiles from that pretty much the entire match. And as Minxie drops below half armour, Luminous Ardekai is regening his shields. So they've got superior E-War at the moment, both with their jamming drones as well as the tracking disrupting going on. Minxie's just not able to scratch these other ships. A small amount of damage going on to Luminous Ardekai again. These ECM drones are chance-based, as is all ECM, fairly weak strength, but they wake up for it by their sheer numbers. And Minxie there heading towards 3/4 armour. It's not going to be able to take out any of the other ships before the buffer runs out, especially not with the tracking disrupting going on. So a valiant effort, but it looks like it's only going to end with a flawless victory for Planet Risk. You see there the Caracal is running ECCM from that huge animation around it. And it's a module fitted to reduce the chance of being jammed, increasing the sensor strength of the ship. So assuming that Minxie was trying to put EC300s onto Quivering Palm's Caracal Navy issue, it's going to be even more difficult for them to jam. Let's get Edgar, the Planet Risk computer, up to show us what's on Luminous Ardekai's Vexet Navy issue. See there the medium armour repairer, along with some armour resistance modules. They have a cap booster, tracking disruptor and EC600s, which are the medium ECM drones. Now, the ECM drones have done a very good job in this match of keeping Minxie jammed out, but even if she wasn't jammed, the tracking disruptors will have caused a serious problem by stopping the autocannons from getting decent hits on the other ships. Also, with tracking disruptors onto the autocannons, it would have made them very, very unlikely to be able to shoot any of the ECM drones even when unjammed. So it's been a pretty killer combination. Minxie's Cinnabal is now all out of armour, taking huge structure damage. It's only a couple of volleys away from destruction, which will mean the end of the match. And as the Cinnabal explodes, it hands a flawless victory to the Planet Risk team. Once we get confirmation of the fittings on Quivering Palm's Caracal Navy issue, I'd like to thank all of the Planet Risk residents for their help. Thanks also to Nash Cadaver for starting the Celebrity Deathmatch project, and thanks to Minxie for agreeing to fly on Nash's team. Check out the linked blogs for more Celebrity Deathmatch news, as well as behind-the-scenes stories from this one. Until next time, this is T-Days signing off. Thank you all for watching.
Welcome, I'm Aura, your electronic assistant. There are hundreds of thousands of pilots in the world, and they all crave one thing: ISK. You are now ready to join the world of piracy and capitalism. If you die, you will be cloned back to life. Let's get ready to fight. gate needs to be activated before continuing.